To me, the largest area of work for the future, energy and water, are the real solutions to health, livelihood, all of the stuff that goes above it. Most people don't realize in rich countries, but half the world either has no electricity or electricity 2-3 hours a day. Everything requires energy. So you try to look for that which is the one thing that will lead to benefits that are across hundreds of things. So human mechanical energy is so amazing. Why can't we use that to create energy? So we've invented a hybrid bicycle that you pedal for an hour and you have electricity for 24 hours. We call it free electric. The free electric, I think, is the coolest of all our inventions. Not just because it just looks really great, but it's so simple. It's sort of what we try to do is make things simpler and simpler. And yet it's going to affect, maybe have the largest effect of anything in the last 100 years. The reason is, for the poor half of the world, they have electricity 24/7. Electricity is the greatest enabler there is, and we've kept half the world out of it. This enables all of these people who have not been part of the Industrial Revolution. They're still living as if it's 2,000 years ago. All of these people now can become part of a productive society, and this is what will enable them. This solves the problem no matter what happens, whether it's sun shines or cloudy or night or whatever it is. Anything happens, you have electricity. You're never out of electricity. Also, if you look at worldwide, the other side is really interesting.
Hurricane Katrina was a Category 5 monster that became the costliest disaster ever in the U.S.
If a disaster happens, if Katrina hits or some big storm hits, and we've all been through where you had no electricity, the one thing you don't want, you want your cell phone to be always available. You don't want to be out of touch, and you don't want to be in the dark. The worst is being without a cell phone and in the dark. So you're alone in the dark. With this, it can never happen. What people normally do is they'll get a generator, diesel generator. But the problem with the diesel generator is when disaster hits, there's no diesel available. You have this, you will never run out of electricity. And you never generate any pollution. So half the world is not going to generate pollution in their homes. So if you pump for an hour, you're keeping maybe a pound of CO2 out of the air. Right now, we're pumping about 25 billion pounds of matter up in the air every year. And you figure sometime that's going to make a difference? Every year? So what this does is you have electricity for all these people, and it's mechanical. You work for an hour, you have electricity for 24 hours. The only side effect is you get stronger and healthier. There is no other side effect to that. That's the ideal invention. That's why simple stuff is the greatest, because it impacts everything and it doesn't have unintended consequences.
There really is only a few components. You have the basic frame, you have the bicycle gearing, you have the flywheel, you have the battery, and the generator. So it's very, very simple. You know, there's not a whole lot to it, and it's just like riding a bicycle.